Looks like they're going to bring the booster down to the launch site. Just going to do a little live stream for as long as I can. I also just uploaded a brief segment of the static fire. It does look like they're getting ready to bring this booster down to the launch site there. Let me know if the audio is good, Joseph. Good to see you. Hey, Tom. I'm hanging out here on the side of the road, and I just looked over here in this direction, and they got the booster out. Looks like they're gonna bring it down the road. Good deal. Thanks, Tom. Audio is good. All right. If we see the booster start going over the top of the screen here, that means it's coming toward us. I'm going to leave it here, and we'll see if it gets any closer to the top there. It's getting closer to the top, guys. I'm not moving anything, so it appears it's moving down the highway here. That's awesome. It's coming toward us because I didn't change anything. They're taking the booster to the launch site. I can confirm that. Yep. Okay. It's moving fast, huh? It's definitely coming toward us, that's for sure. I kind of wonder if I'm going to be able to stay here or not, but I'll see. I might have to get out of here. Yeah, I might, this is a tough one. I'll see what the police tell me as they pass by. I have been on the side of the road over at the LBJ Boulevard when the booster goes by. They let you stay there, so it's gonna be interesting as this occurs, whether they kick me out or not. Yeah, hide behind. Yeah, I don't do any hiding, but maybe I should. I'll get my other camera too. We're shooting into the sun here, so it's a little difficult to see. We're looking west right now. Coming toward us. It's going toward the launch site. I got some shots of the static fire, but I was so inexperienced with the camera that I took a photo the first time, and then I took a couple, like a 1 second video and then a longer 1 minute video. So instead of just getting the one continuous shot of the static fire, I got like a 3 different shot type things. So I'm checking out the screen here. Robert, thanks. Can I see if there are any? Okay, I'll make a point of seeing if I can see that, Tom. Thanks. Okay, these guys are coming down the road. I'm gonna change this shot here, get a little better shot. Yeah, I'll do whatever the police want. You know, I don't have any issues. If they want me to move, I'll leave the camera and move or something. Figure something out. I think I'm gonna get the other camera in position, and so I can leave it when they pass by. I'll just leave the camera there. Here we go. Position the camera so that when it gets here, we're good to go. Yeah, I guess I could go pretty low. I don't want to get so low that I lose reception. That's always the issue when you go low. Okay, these guys are gonna probably ask me to move soon, so I'm gonna leave it, get things ready. Okay, the camera's in position. That's good. Good to go. Lowering it a little bit. Good to go. All right. I'll stay with it, and I will adjust a little bit more when it gets closer. Just a wait and see game now. Okay, see if the Raptor covers are installed. Okay. Yeah, it looked like they had a little bit of a hold. Yeah, they paused there for a little bit. Just in case I got to get here. Just put the camera this way in case I got to get out of here. Looks like we might be good to go, guys. Sheriff didn't ask me to leave, so. Looks like it, Tom. $2:24 Central Time, guys. Looking good. So we're looking to see if there's any engines on this thing. Sorry guys, no engines confirmed. That was super awesome. I don't know how good it was for you guys, but that was awesome. Oh, you see the engine on the back? I don't see any engines on the back. Wow, that's a different design. Okay, guys, let me get back to you. How was that? I was totally focused on the camera. On the back of the crawler, I'm looking. I don't see it. Maybe you guys saw it at the end. Yeah, crowd test, no engines. I'll be uploading a photo of a video of all that stuff underneath as it went by in 21 something. Congrats to SpaceX for not only doing a static fire today, but rolling out the booster. Good stuff, guys, gals, everybody. Let me move the tripod here. I got a lot of weight on this tripod, wow. I got one of those bean bags yesterday, and it's got to be like 50 pounds, and you can attach it to the bottom of the tripod, so the tripod's not moving at all. Actually, I actually achieved that yesterday. So I have it on the tripod, and man, it's heavy to lift. Okay, so which booster is that then? Yeah, because Widura was mentioning this is booster 7's in the high bay, you think? I see a Starship in the high bay, but yeah, this was in the mega bay, what we're looking at now. This used to be in the mega bay just a little bit earlier today. The mega bay is empty right now, but you can see a Starship still in the high bay. Invoice 0001, nice to see you. Badura, nice to see you. Okay, so that's good. Michael, thanks, man. Awesome, thank you. Unexpected, but much appreciated. See if I get both shots in the shot here. We got the launch site way in the far right in the distance, and the booster to the left. Robert says this is a prototype with nuclear engines in it. Maybe they're going to start getting into the ionization propulsion. Whew, wow. Yeah, some of y'all, you got to get out here when you can, when there's a chance like something like this happening, static fire or a launch or something. If you can, if it's not going to put you in the bank or something, if you're not going to go underwater, and if you can get out here, it's worth getting out here. Just that's kind of a really cool experience, just to be by the side of the road when this thing passes by. Okay, so Tom asks, how many engines do you think were fired on the Starship 24 test? Rob says 1. Okay, I was here. It wasn't that long of a static fire. It didn't look as much. Yeah, maybe it wasn't as much of a smoky kind of event as some of the others, maybe. Robert says 1 probably. See, when I did the shot of the static fire earlier today, there was a bunch of guys standing on, here at SpaceX, there are some shipping containers. And when the guys go out and they stand on top of the shipping containers, that's when you kind of know something's going to happen. So I heard these guys on the shipping container, and then I looked over, I got my camera out, and just when it was lighting up, I got one shot with the camera. I got that first shot at the beginning of and then I pressed record after that. So I got a 1 second record because I was so quick. I wanted to make sure I really pressed down that record button, so it stopped after I pressed it. And then, because I pressed it a couple times, and then I managed to press it again, and I got the last half of the static fire. So that was my 1 p.m. event here. There's some, there's some shipping containers, and when the guys get out here, they gather outside. You know something's up. I love it. It's good to see. I don't want to record these guys when they're outside on top of the roofs and stuff, but it's fun to see. Okay, I'm going to I'll give you a shot of the high bay as well. Let me get that shot, and we'll come back to this shot here. Get that shot in just a minute. Here we go. Look at the high bay and the mega bay. So we can see, I think you can see, there is a starship there on the right side of the high bay, as well as there's a little mini on the left, a little mini starship getting built. So there's no booster in the high bay. Now the mega bay to the right is looks empty. I don't know if there's a booster on the left side of it, but we're pretty much looking to the right side, as so. We're kind of looking into the right side of the mega bay, but there's a good chance that there's something on the left side of the mega bay there. Maybe go back to this booster here. So the high bay is has almost a completed starship and a little beginning of a starship on the left. So, but the mega bay, there's possibly something in there. Dekinan, this booster is going toward the launch site. It just passed by earlier in the live stream, and it's heading down to the launch complex. Yeah. Maybe after this, see, we're looking at the Starship over there. Some people said it was Starship 24, right? So if that's Starship 24 over there at the launch site, then they just did a static fire around 1 p.m. today. It's 2:36 right now. So if they're moving the booster down, then that may mean that the static fire was successful, is what I would imagine. That was a successful static fire. I went to town earlier today so that I could come back and be here when the static fire happened. Just from past experience, it's if they're going to do a static fire, they got to do all the tank stuff. They got to do all the pressurization and everything else. So there's the time in the morning on a static fire day to go to town and then come back before it gets too progressive in the static fire stuff. So I got back in time, and I was just watching, and I did see around 1 p.m. stuff was happening. So, but I do. I live here within 2 miles of the launch site, and because I bought some property earlier in the year. So when I'm not working somewhere else, I do get a lot of views without, even though I don't take a lot of video, I do get a lot of on the scenes of what's going on here. Yeah, Dekinan, I'm sticking around probably till the end of this month, and then I'm gonna go back to work. I gotta make money, and YouTube right now is not doing it for me. So. There's still venting of the Starship over there. That may be why the booster is hanging out right where it is at the roadblock. So that, right where we're seeing the booster right now is the 2-mile roadblock to go to the, I don't know if it's exactly 2 miles, but that's the roadblock between Boca Chica and the launch site. So maybe they have it on a holding pattern right there until they finish depressurizing the Starship. That would be my guess. I've been I paid for and I watched a course by Phidias on how to make videos and stuff like that. So I'm kind of getting back into the video, getting more excited about video, but it's not good enough right now for me to live on. So I will be most likely be going back to work at the end of this month. So. Yeah, got to celebrate at the end of the year anyways. So that's always been my hope and wish at the end of every year in December, just to take it easy and spend time doing things that I like to do. Yeah, I got amazing photography of the bottom of the booster. Your socks are gonna drop off when you see this shot here. Wow, the best of the best, guys. Wow, I just watched it again. Good stuff. Hey, elongated, nice to see you. Yeah, Dakeen, anything that makes money at this point. You know, when you got bills, you got to pay, you got to take whatever's the best job you can get money-wise. So I've been, in the last 4 months, with all the election stuff, I was able to get work passing out flyers for some different, 3 different campaigns around the country. Here in Texas, there were 2 different campaigns I worked on. Actually, so it's 4 campaigns. So 2 different campaigns here in Texas, one over in Oregon, and then one in Georgia. So I worked on 4 different political stuff, passing out their flyers door to door, where you knock at canvassing. That's what it's called, canvassing. But it's good money, $1 per door. So if you do $1,000 doors in a week, you make $1,000 a week. So I made like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 in the last 4 months. You know, so that's good money. So that's much better than $200 for YouTube. You know, so. I'm paying off the Ocean Camp property that I bought, and I'm about a 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. I'm about I'm up to about $6,800. It was originally $10,500 plus the attorney fees and everything. So over $11,000. I got it down to $6,800. So that's good. It may even be a little less, maybe 6.5. It's in the 6,000s now that I owe on the property, and just a little bit of credit card debt, about probably $2,000, $3,000 of that. So all that was to buy the property, though. So it's going good. It's going good. I think it was, so I brought it down about $10,000. It was I had about 16,000 total debt, and now I probably have about 8,000 or 9,000, 8 or 9 total debt. So that's really good. Last year, before I bought any property, I didn't have any debt and everything was great. But I did decide to buy the property, and it's a good deal, really good deal, but it's going to take some time. Okay, Robert says, you have to watch Night Sky. A good movie for you, Paul. So Night Sky I don't know if that's I isn't important or not. Yeah, it has no engines elongated. That's correct. Yeah, I don't know where they're moving Booster 9 out. So the last time they moved the booster out was just to make room, right? Because the Booster 8 ended up over at the Rocket Garden. So there's always a chance maybe there's one difference between this and Booster 8. When they moved Booster 8 over, it was just to save space because they were, I guess, building Booster 9, what we're seeing now. Booster 9 at the top has some grid fins on it, so there's a good likelihood they're gonna do some testing on it, you know, at least. There's always a chance they'll move it to the launch site just to keep it out of the way and then move it back to the Rocket Garden once they have a place for it. I was over at the Rocket Garden a couple of days ago. I didn't see any activity over there, but they could always put in a new stand and house the Booster 9 over at the Rocket Garden. But I haven't heard any word on the street about doing anything like that, so they could be testing it. Yeah. Yeah, William Keller says property is going crazy here. But they're definitely doing a lot of construction. I don't know if the prices are going up, but over the last couple of years, the prices have gone up almost 10x here in some areas. In some areas not, but in some other areas, yes. Yeah, Dekinan, the job that I'm looking to keep doing is the ocean cam and the embryo space. That's what I'm looking to do forward into the future. Just I got to get a little bit more debt out of my way. You know, I know there's good debt, there's bad debt, but at this time, I'm just looking to clear away some debt and increase the cash flow as the channel grows and as I continue to live this new life. You know. Yeah, Passive says they can do crowd testing on the tanks before they put the engines on. That's correct, yeah. Yeah. I'll get in front of the camera too. I haven't been on the camera. I'll get in front of the camera. I'll stand in front of this vehicle over here. You don't need to see that. There's a culinary arts shirt I got a month or two ago. 2:45 p.m. Paul S. Mamakos. We see the Booster 9. And that's it. Just get some video, hanging out. You know, there's a new feature here on YouTube where I can have a guest on while I do the video here. So if there's somebody that would like to be on video now or sometime in the future, I can easily end this stream, and I don't think I can add a guest now. I will look just to see if I can. No, you got to do that from the start, but I can add another person here, and there would be a half screen with somebody else. If anyone's ready to do something like that, let me know. I can end this broadcast, restart one, and we could chat together about what we're looking at here. You could have audio and everything, so let me know. Otherwise, some other future time, you can email me, info@oceancam.space. Yeah, basement shut-in, it wasn't really I did it for like 4 or 5 hours, then I decided to put it back. What I did do, basement shut-in, I went and I bought the domain after starting that test. I can always do it again, but I did buy the NASA Ocean, it's NASAOceanWorlds.com. I bought that website. But basement shut-in, that's a good idea. NASAOceanCam.com would be a good one as well. That'd be a funny one. But I bought the NASAOceanWorlds.com domain for $10 yesterday, and then I just put it back what it is now. I think I would have to really lean into that one as far as wanting to look like NASA and everything else for that people to enthusiastically tag onto it. It's, you know, I don't know if some of you who know about Mr. Beast, but Mr. Beast has over 100 million subscribers, and he doesn't do any of this stuffed up elitist, exclusive, religious sci-fi stuff that a lot of people here do in the space crowd. Yeah, Mr. Beast is awesome, and what he does is he makes up challenges and games, and he blows things up and has fun with his friends. So if I could turn this ocean cam into that type of channel, that's more what I'm looking to do. And we can make fun of different things like NASA and everything else, but if we could turn this into like a exploration adventure type thing, that'd be funner, more fun. So Mo Fun. So I've been looking for possibly another name, not for this channel but for a second channel. Maybe Mo Fun would be a good name. I don't know, because some of the other names are taken. Mo Fun. Yeah, Dakina, write me a little bit more. Explain, elaborate on what you're saying there, if you can, in an email or just in a comment on a video somewhere. I'd like to, if you can, elaborate on your plan. What does the plan look like to 100,000 prize? Okay, so yeah, let me see. Yeah, two different channels are paying for video coverage of the site here. As far as Dakina says, 69, you need to team up with other YouTube channels like Marcus, House, Tim Dodd. What about it? See, they're big for the space crowd, but those channels are small. You know, What About It, Marcus, and Tim Dodd. Tim Dodd's not so, he's getting on the bigger side, but Tim's even small compared to these other guys. So I don't want to model off of those guys. I'd rather model off of Ararak and Mr. Beast and some other people. So when you got a cookie cutter and stay within the boundaries and the lines, that's not my style, and that's typically the way a lot of the NASA diehards they go. They're trying to be. They don't necessarily own their own company, so they gotta bow down to the system that they live in. Thanks, drones. Yep. Yeah, consistency is important, and yeah, I believe the logo is getting more traction as well as the name. Yeah, that's why I chose to stick with. Yeah. There's no telling where this is going to go. You know, maybe we can have a some type of slide from orbit or some type of you know, you can get on a water slide here on the Earth, but maybe there's some kind of slide from orbit that you can get on and you can slide all the way down to the Earth or something like that. There's got to be some fun stuff we can do. Orbit slide. Maybe if we do a centrifugal force type slide from orbit down to the Earth, maybe the outward spin would slow down the downward pull of gravity or something like that. That would be a good test if, you know, there is when you look at the bathtub and you let the water out and the water spins down, right? There's got to be something like that on a bigger scale. How wide would that circle need to be for that slide to go from orbit down to the Earth? And what speed would be manageable for a human to slide all the way down from like 100,000 feet all the way down to the Earth, rather than just straight down? Or maybe you could put some wings on yourself, and it would be just like you're turning in a curve. If you're driving your car down the road and you're on a kind of a steady curve, like a 15-degree curve, you can just set the wheel, the wheel to the car in a certain angle, and then you just hold it there throughout the whole turn. You do that when you're flying an airplane. You set the yoke in a certain position, and you hold it there throughout the whole turn, 15-degree turn or 10-degree turn until you make it, and then you level out the wings. Probably something like that you can do if you were able to put some wings on your, or be in a small craft and just in a circle down all the way to the earth, rather than just drop straight down from orbit. How wide would that spin have to be? Yeah, I missed some stuff. Let me go back. Let me see. Philosophy of philosophy of ocean space. I like that, Rob. Yeah, well, Dakinen, what I can tell you is half of the Ocean Cam thing is all about the tech and the science and the planets and everything else. The other half of the Ocean Cam is the meditation, the out-of-body stuff, and all that. So, as far as everyday astronaut possibly going to the moon in a couple of years, I've already been to Mars myself, out of body, over 20 years ago. So, I've been off the planet consciously in an out of body state many years ago. So, if someone's planning to go to the moon and I've already been to Mars, and you know, it's a little different when you do it in your physical body, but I've already actually been to Mars myself. So, I got you. So yeah, the other half of Ocean Cam is getting people to do some binaural beat meditation and to travel within. Not on drugs or anything, just naturally, like they do in the Star Wars with the Jedi and the Force. All that stuff is real. You know, the Force is real, and you can actually feel it. And there's in Hindu in the Hindu yoga system, there's different practices you can do to master different skills. Like in the video games, a lot of video games, I don't know if these games are made in India or what, but a lot of these video games show about different skills or talents you can do, like emitting fireballs from your hands and stuff like that. And that stuff, you can actually master that stuff. So the Ocean Cam stuff is about that. Half of the Ocean Cam thing is about that. And it's not so much, I mean, the different powers and the different skills and forces you can get, they're exciting and they keep you going. But the goal of the Jedi stuff is not to have force and be able to move the 5 elements. The goal of the Jedi and the other stuff, the yoga, is to actually discover the other senses. And the peak of that, the ultimate peak of that, is the connection with the whole universe. You could call it the Force. The extreme of the Force is the ability to sense everything in the universe, wherever you direct your awareness, your attention. So a Jedi, if you consider a Jedi, doesn't necessarily go to sleep. When the body of the Jedi sleeps, the Jedi doesn't necessarily fall asleep. They're still awake in a different state of awareness. So, yeah, the Ocean Cam thing is about bringing awareness to that as well. So, William says, I've been to Jupiter. Cool. Yeah, I'd love to read about your story, or if you made a YouTube video about that or wrote a book. William Keller, everybody. I'd like to hear that story. Drones, I would imagine that was Drone Toronto. Maybe it was a Tesla. So Chris, which test are you talking about? I did get a little bit of the static fire. Okay, yeah, drones, maybe when you're talking about the names and logos, that made you stop and think about how it relates. I'm reading drones, this is a comment here. If you can send me some examples in writing, drones, maybe in a comment on a video or an email, or just somehow to kind of maybe send a complete whole message about what you're talking there with the name, how I could maybe change it up a little bit. I do it a lot in the title or the description of the videos, but there's you know, maybe I can add something or delete something. Let me know. Philosophy. Yeah, I like that. Okay, Robert, that's interesting. I'm looking for drones to get his whole concept here. Okay, I got you. All right, Tony, yep, good stuff. Hey, Louis, good to see you. I've got another YouTube channel called Out of Body Journal. And if you're interested at all in the out of body realms and the ability to develop those skills, check that out. In 1996, I studied for the first time at a place called the Monroe Institute in Virginia, and I ended up taking 10 of their programs, and one of them was a trainer program on how to help people experience these types of things. But since the last program I took was in about 2000, maybe 2000, I don't know what year it was, around the early 2000s. And so it's been over 20 years since I took any programs there, but I could easily, the peak experience I had was in 2001 or 2002, and after that, didn't need to take any more programs, you know. Okay. Thanks, Jones. Yeah, I just started tagging the at SpaceX. I'll do that more often. Now that I know that that's possible, if you do some YouTube videos, in the title you can actually put an at SpaceX or whatever, or even in the description do an at. Instead of a hash mark, you can do an at symbol. And I didn't know that. I just instead of writing out the word AT for at, I just put in the symbol. And also, interestingly, was that it does tag the channel SpaceX or whatever. And I lower the tripod. So thanks for the suggestions and the help, Drones. It's nice to read positive stuff from people, you know. But I encourage you to, the people watching right now and anyone who watches this later, go check out 2 different YouTubers, maybe 3, but at least 2. One is called Airrack, A-I-R-R-A-C-K, I believe is the way it's spelled, Airrack, the YouTube channel. It's got about, we got about 7% viewership, woman viewership this month actually, and so I may be wrong in that more guys watch SpaceX than girls. Maybe that's a wrong comment. Maybe it's just my style is more of a guy thing, but I'm starting to learn how to make different types of videos, and it's appealing to maybe more women now. Good stuff. Yeah, Alan, the NASA change experiment lasted about 5 hours. It wasn't very exciting or stuff, but I will do a break here in a moment and show you. I think I may have had one or two people unsubscribe, possibly, or maybe there was no change. But I will do a break in the scene here and do a in-person note here. It's Paul Marcos here, back at you. Someone said to show the personal side, so this is the Ocean Cam truck. I didn't know I could zoom in like that when I'm looking at, and this is my sleeping bag in the truck, and I've got the Nikon camera here, and I did get some great shots underneath the booster as it passed by. I will upload that when I get to a spot where I can do that. And I got some water. Yeah, this is my house. I do own some property down the way there. About let me see where I own some property down the road there. So, but it's a lot of mosquitoes there right now, and I'm not hanging out there right now too much. But I could if I wanted to. So, I'm not homeless, but I am living in the truck. Okay, that is that is the personal touch there. Back to the thing here. Okay, I will get in front of the camera here too and show you something else. This is something I found in the dunes like yesterday. It was abandoned. This was abandoned in the dunes by the beach. So I claimed it as my own, but it's for holding down like different things like tripods and things like that. This one is from Lowing Products. Lowing Products. So I've claimed it as my own, and I used it today on getting the shot with the booster as it passed by. Very nice thing. I don't think you can open it up, but there's some type of beans or pellets inside. Shotbags.com. SHOT shotbags.com. Good product. I've been wanting to get one of those to hold down on the tripod so it didn't shake, but it's not currently connected right now. But thanks, Robert. That was a good segue. Robert MP. You know, I don't know if everybody who's watching this knows about Phidias, but check him out as well on YouTube. F-I-D-I-A-S, Phidias, or Phidias, or Phidias in Greek, or in the Mediterranean language, it's with a phi. Phidias, or Phidias, F-I-D-I-A-S. He's a great YouTuber at this moment. He has about 1,100,000 subscribers. And when he came through a couple months ago, he had about 800,000 subscribers. So in the last handful of months, he's made a couple 100,000 subscribers. But I did watch, not only I got to hang out with him when he was here, but he has a Phidias.biz, F-I-D-I-A-S.biz, B-I-Z, Phidias.biz, and for like $69, you can watch one of his videos, a whole bunch of his videos on how to make good YouTube videos. So I bought that course from him, and it's been amazing. It's an amazing thing. So I know how to make much better videos now. It just takes a lot more editing and a different style as far as presentation and the types of things that you do. My first effort in that manner was the taking video of the challenge to film the berm. That video I put out recently in the last couple weeks, challenged to film the berm. That was somewhat on that style. I didn't do any of the editing and a lot of other stuff I could have done to make that much better, but I did it short and sweet just to see if it would have an effect, and it did have it had a much different response, which is what I was looking for. So if I did that and really amped that up, it would be effective. So if you're looking to learn how to make good videos, and maybe check that out for yourself. At least watch his YouTube channel and see some of the people that he likes as well, which are Mr. Beast and Airrack and other people. So. Yeah, I've been wanting for maybe 5 months to learn how to make much better videos, and it was really like a dream come true when he came through it, because he had the information I was looking to get. Basically, not only do you got to get into camera, you got to do all the emotional stuff and show people stuff, you know, instead of just doing the sanitized, sterilized shot without any different. You gotta move the camera around. You gotta get different shots, and yeah, the narrated stuff was good too. Thanks. Yeah, I've been making better videos overall, but I have Robert, a link to what I have like a template, or I've got a blueprint now for. I know where I'm going with the videos now. Thanks. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. It's like when you study with the artist, and they can teach you stuff, and then after you've studied or been shown some things by someone who knows your craft really good, then it's like you know what you have to do. You know, you pretty much know the direction and the things you have to do to get better. And so now I know. This is the longest I've ever seen the booster stand there at the at the roadblock. That's pretty cool. Looks like the Starship is almost done. All the different cryo stuff on the side of the Starship seems to be gone. You get that shot. Before there was a lot of frost on the side of the Starship there, but right now it appears to be gone. So I'm looking for an editor in the Philippines, or maybe two different editors, possibly in India also, but definitely someone who would appreciate the cash that I have available to spend to work with me on videos, to do some editing and stuff. If you know of anybody, or otherwise I'll just go on to Fiverr and get somebody, find somebody who can do some good work. But if you are an editor, or you know somebody, or you work with somebody already, let me know. Yeah, thanks, Tony. Yeah, I was pretty stunned with that shot as well. That was a good hologram, huh? Thanks, man. I put it on Twitter also, that picture of the hologram. That's a keeper. I'll do that again sometime. It's like I claim the tower and the Starship, and the SpaceX logo was at the OceanCam logo was at the bottom too. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so the cryo frost on the side there is gone. So they might be getting close to. Maybe we have to get the road closure cancellation notice or something like that, or maybe they'll do it before that was. Thanks, Tony. Yeah. Maybe they'll move it once before the road closure ends, but maybe they'll end the road closure early or something. But I put a note here in the community section just to make it known that on Tuesday I put out a video saying that there were two things that were indicating a static fire, and it was the weed whacking by technicians at SpaceX and also bringing in of the methane. So, and the first road closure was today, so I was thinking Thursday is probably the road closure, the static fire, and it happened. So it happened. I don't know if they did the static fire today because they wanted to make people happy that I said Thursday, or they were already planning to do it for Thursday. But yeah, it happened today. Today is the 15th of December, Thursday, 2022. So which booster is this that we're looking at? Is this the booster 9 confirmed, or which booster is this? Thanks, Alan. Yeah, I could walk. I almost don't want to push my luck, but yeah, I could walk up to the booster right now and just hang out with the close up. But I'm feeling good about where we are right now.